Hello, I'm Dr. Irene Hausinger, and this is the welcome video for CDP 402, Systems Policy and the Law. And we're going to take the time to go over the syllabus and go over the first couple assignments and course expectations and how the course runs. So our description of this course is students will examine the healthcare system and the services available for those experiencing chemical dependency substance abuse. Using the NADAC Code of Ethics and the NASA Code of Ethics as a framework, students will also examine the relationship between state and federal substance use laws and the regulations on the stigma of addiction, on the accessibility and utilization of treatment services, on the criminal justice system, and other social injustices. Specifically, at the end of the course, students will demonstrate knowledge of the healthcare system and the services available to those with addiction, demonstrate an ability to identify the gaps in services, demonstrate the ability to use NADAC Code of Ethics and NASA Code of Ethics to make professional, ethical, cultural, and competent decisions, demonstrate an understanding of the impacts of the state and federal policies and laws on service and the community, and demonstrate an ability to identify where students can make positive systemic changes. This is our textbook, Drug Policy and the Public Good by Babor et al. This is a fantastic book. The chapters are a little bit short, so you will have supplemental reading every week. I think it's fun. So the chapters are pretty short. The PowerPoints are based off of the chapters, and then you will have things to view, a couple activities, our Voxer discussion, which is a walkie-talkie based discussion where you can leave messages in real time and then people can listen to those messages and then respond. So it's a nice way to have a classroom that's 24/7 and you can access it whenever you need to, and it's going to be a vocal discussion. One of the challenges with online learning is making sure that everybody's learning styles are acknowledged. In a traditional class, we have the reading, writing, and so with this, trying to do all of that so that you have your assignments that you do, classroom collaboration, and then you have the opportunity to actually speak and think about the questions. So our walkie-talkie app is going to be like an actual class discussion. Okay. All right, so this is our text, and then supplemental readings will be on Moodle. We'll go over the syllabus here. The class runs Monday to Sunday with a new module opening every Monday. So unless otherwise specified, everything is due Sunday by 11:59 p.m. And I would like you to make your initial walkie-talkie message by Wednesday. And then the discussion will continue throughout the week until Sunday. And then Monday, a new discussion will start. So we're going to go over the reading schedule, and we are putting 15 and a half, 16 weeks worth of material into 8 weeks because it's a summer class. All right, so the first week we're going to go over Washington state law, and we're going to look at chapter 1. The next week we're going to be in chapters 2 and 3, looking at the context and the framing of the issues and the global perspective of substance use. Week 3, we're going into harms and illicit use, illegal and legal markets. There's 3 chapters for week 3. Week 4 is your first assignment, the midterm assignment, which is a policy paper. So we'll be discussing that this week with some instructions. So basically you're going to be picking a substance, for example, tobacco, and then tracing the history of that substance in a lens of policy from the time that it came to the United States till now. So periods where it's illegal, legal, policy that affected that. So it's a research paper, but it's less of a research paper about this is what the drug does and this is how it affects people. It's more about the policy and the laws and the systems of that substance. Okay. Week 5, chapters 9 and 15. So do pay attention to the reading schedule because we jump around in chapters for the ones that make more sense to be taught together. Services and systems for substance users, so healthcare system, jails, institutions, etc. The next week we are in chapters 10 and 11, and we're looking at the illicit market and criminalization and decriminalization. Okay. And marijuana is in there, of course. And then week 7, you have policy presentations, which is a group project. So you are going to be picking in a small group a population, so for example juveniles, and a venue, for example in the criminal justice system, and look at systems and care systems in place for that population in that venue. And then you're going to be looking at the gaps in policy for that particular population. So I can give you some examples of that as we move further along. And then our last week, chapter 13, International Drug Policy. Okay, so every week you're going to be uploading a current event. And by current, I mean in the past 3 to 5 years, because policy can be a slow-moving animal. It can be international drug policy, it could be federal, it could be local, so something interesting. And it's a great way for us all to learn what's out there because there's so much stuff that's happening right now. So you'll be uploading that to our forum space. All right. My office hours are whenever you need me. So please email me if you want to set up a FaceTime or Skype appointment, and I look at my email a zillion times a day. Otherwise, I'm online. I might be interrupted. I have an evil parrot, so you see her cage, and then I have a lot of animals. So if you hear weird noises, it's probably an animal trying to break in to see me in my space here. So again, I'm Dr. Hausinger. Welcome to the course. I think we'll have a lot of fun. It's very, very, very important that you do not get behind on your reading or your material because it's a very, very, very short course. So, all right, I look forward to seeing you online.